Hey guys, Danny Johnson here, and today we're going to talk more about the amber taillights. As you can see, these are outrageously priced, $1,500. I've seen people pay $2,000 for them. And today we're going to talk about why there's such a craze for them, and the different reasons that people like them. So to start off, I'm going to start with myself. First of all, there's a lot of reasons, and these aren't in any particular order, but I got them because I really like the way that they look. I think they give a dimension to the car that's more colorful. There's more to the taillights other than just all red, and so for me that was one of the reasons that I was looking into them. I like that they are a Ford only part. You'll see the Ford logo right in them. There aren't very many other reproductions that are even similar to them. And so it's also something that you can switch in and out. It doesn't permanently change the car. Being that it's a look that I do like, I think that's a fun thing that you can do. Also, it's a bit of an Easter egg. Okay, so people who know the cars, who are into the new edge body style, will know what amber taillights are. So it's something that's kind of fun on that aspect too. Now, I think there's also a side of all of us that likes the whole treasure hunting, right? We want to look for something and find it. And I had a lot of fun as I was looking around and, considering amber tail lights years ago. And it was kind of like a treasure hunt to try to find them because they only came on certain cars, primarily the Cobras and some export ones. And I looked around and I wasn't going to just go spend a ton of money. I ended up spending about $400 with the harnesses. But anything that's limited quantity, that's how pricing happens, supply and demand kind of a thing. And just knowing that, hey, this is kind of a rare, hard part to find. If I get it, it's not like it'll probably ever lose value. And so it was kind of fun to get something that was rare and hard to find. Now, some people say, hey, it's just because it's what's different, right? So if they came with amber taillights, people might be switching over to the all red ones if they could find it. That might be true. For me, I actually do like the amber color. I think it contrasts really well with other colors. And Screaming Yellow is one of them, but I also like the way it looks on black and blue and some of these other darker colors. It just gives another dimension to the car. I think it looks really good. So looks are something that's subjective. Some people may not like them. Some people may be crazy about them. But I think they look awesome with like Sonic Blue, for example. Look at that contrast of color. It just lightens up the whole rear end of the car. Even with Dark Shadow Gray, a gray color looks good with them. And especially the darker colors. And one especially is Mystic Chrome. Here's a color that is all about all these different colors coming together. Why not add nice amber color in there too? So anyway, it may just be a preference thing and the way that some people may think they like it. Something else that comes across to me is that it's somewhat of a challenge to install these. So it's not just something really easy to throw on and you're done. But you have to change out a flasher relay. You have to remove some wiring, add some wiring, tap into the brake lights, do different things. So if you were to just put these in your car, for example, the turn signal would work properly with the new flasher. The flasher slows it down. But then if you were to go and turn on the headlights, everything's normal. But when you apply the brakes, not only do the brake lights come on, but the amber would also come on with it. So in my guide, I'll show you how to wire them up, but it's just something that was something fun, something a little more involved than just putting a part on. But I really like the way that they contrast with the car. And one of the main reasons I like them is because SVT kind of had them as a trend. Here's the 1999 Cobra that had them. The 2000 Cobra R had them. So basically starting the new edge body style, SVT was pulling these from the parts bins as export taillights and putting them in their cars. The 2001 Cobra had them. So I associate these amber taillights with Cobras, with something powerful. And if if you look at the '03 Cobra and '04 Cobra concept, they had the amber taillights on them. And also in the design, throughout designing the car, they were there the whole way. And whether they didn't put them on there because of production, because '03 and '04 were the last years of that body style, or whether they ran out of budget money for it. And maybe in some of these cases, the test mule was an older Cobra, so it already had them. But it's kind of hard to say. Now, when the '03 Cobra first came out, I remember going to my friend's house, and his dad and I talked cars more than my own father and I talked cars. He was just a hot rod guy. He has a '66 Chevelle 396, and he showed me the magazine. He said, "Hey, look, they're supercharging the Mustang." And I remember looking at it, and I vividly remember seeing this exact photo and saying, well, wait a minute, if that's a Cobra, how come it doesn't have the Cobra taillights? And so I can kind of lead this back to one of the number one reasons. If you said, why does Danny Johnson have amber taillights? That was one of them, is because I associated raw power and Cobras and SVT with having the export taillights. Now, these are also called export taillights for a reason. In other countries, they require that amber color to light up for the turn signal on the rear of the car, unlike the United States. And so it's kind of fun to see over in Japan. Here's even V6 Mustangs that have them just because it was out of necessity. And so you'll see a lot of cars exported that need to have them. And so that can be a pricey thing for people importing cars to conform with regulations. And I have some friends over in Dubai and other countries who've communicated with me, and it was fun to help them, through the videos, wire up the cars, tail lights, and this is something that they needed to conform. So sometimes it's just out of necessity. And here's some funny looking ones here. This is kind of what the aftermarket would bring, which I don't think look good at all. I wouldn't put those in just for that. Here's one I thought that was fun. Somebody had altered the center of the light to be amber only to conform. And then on Facebook, I've seen a few people who got very creative, and they've cut up some regular taillights to turn them into the amber taillights. And so this was actually really cool to see it done. You can see they've just cut and formed the different lenses and cut out the taillights and made it look like an amber taillight and then operate like one. So depending on how creative you want to get, you don't want to spend the $1,500 that they're now asking for these or more. This might be something to look into. But anyway, when it's all said and done, what is it that's driving up the price? Well, I think part of it is that supply and demand. They're very rare. They're hard to find. People are using them as trend. You may have seen the hashtag Ambros. We're all bros, right? With the amber taillights. So some of it's trendy. Some of it is supply and demand. Some of it is treasure hunting. Some of it is, hey, I like the way that these look. Some of it is, like in my case, I'm not really wild about putting aftermarket cosmetic pieces on my Cobra, but if it's something that's a Ford original part, and in my opinion, I think it should have come this way on the '03, '04 Cobras, then that's something. And so there's also the necessity, like we talked about, where if you're importing a car where it's needed, then amber taillights are one of your only options. And so as time goes on, cars are disappearing, and your only real options of getting these are from an existing Cobra. The very few extra pieces that are floating around where people have the parts that were manufactured as spare parts, so that's kind of a hard way to find them, but they're out there. And now being $1,500, $2,000 for those if they're brand new, or if you can find them on an export car and bring them home. So anyway, I think that's what is leading to a lot of the price driving up, and just the fact these cars are getting older, and the export taillights that are out there are just getting old and worn out. And so it's just a rare piece, and it drives some people crazy. They don't like them. They don't understand why people would even do it. But when it comes to your own car, do what you like and respect what other people want to do with their car, and their interests too. That's just my thoughts. I won't ever look down on somebody for not having amber taillights. I don't have them on my other two Mustangs. At the same time, I think that they're great, and so I think everybody should just be respectful. So anyway, put in the comments what you think, and it's perfectly fine to say I don't like the way they look. I've had people from like Australia, for example. I've heard them say, "Hey, does anybody have all red taillights? Because I want something different." And everybody's like, "Whoa, what are you talking about? Those are really hard to find and expensive, and everything like that." So, put in the comments what you think. As always, thanks for watching, and subscribe if you're new. Thanks, guys.